How you doing, folks? In the previous video you will have seen me attempting to put the headliner into this 1974 Volkswagen Beetle. Well, there's still a lot to do to finish off the job, including putting in the glass, so that's what we're going to do now. So I suppose the best place to start is to put the windscreen in. So this is said windscreen, and you'll see I have a ball of twine in my hand, and that is vital for this job, because what you do is the inner lip, which is what actually holds the windscreen in place, we're going to put twine in it, and we're going to make sure to overlap the twine at the end, and we're going to feed it in all the way around. Now, I've seen some people saying strimmer cord is the right thing to use on this job, but I don't have strimmer cord, I have this, so this is what I'm using. And pull it right the way around and overlap it at the very end. Make sure the seal is fully up onto the glass. It's coming away there, so there we go. Alright, so now, as I said, we just need to make sure that the seal is on the glass, and next thing we're going to do is we're going to get some soap, and we're going to put it around the seal to make sure that it goes in nice and handy. Okay, so now I'm at a point where I have the soap, and yeah, literally normal hand soap, and I'm going to just smear it on around the outside of the seal. Okay, so that's all soaped up there now, and suitably slippery, and we just make sure that the string overlaps there. And now what we're going to do is we're going to lift it into the car, and I'll bring you inside and you can see how things are going to proceed. Okay, just make sure the strings are inside the car. Hang on now. Now, you just literally put it into the opening like that and just let it down. Now just come over to me a little bit. Now, hopefully work for us. Yeah, looks okay. Now, basically what I'm going to need you to do is, as I'm pushing the window, as I'm pulling the cord out, I'll need you to push the window in, just before where the cord is. The cord is down the bottom. Yeah, so I'll explain to our wonderful folks on YouTube here what's going on. Okay, so once you have the window positioned into the opening, it is now a case of pulling the string, and you need to kind of pull it up so that it kind of lifts the seal up over the lip of the lip of the car. I think once you get a start, yeah, there we go. Now just keep pressing in there, okay? Yeah, there we go. Now, just give the window a couple of kind of slaps there. Yeah, like that. Just try there, just give it a couple of thumps there. Okay, so this is take two now, because the alignment of the glass wasn't right. It's miles out here. Can you just push it in the middle there, please? Yeah, it's miles off. What is going on? Like, why is that happening? Oh yeah, look at it. It's shifted over that direction. Can you go over that side and push it over this way? Alright. How's it looking over your side now?
It's up too high. Like, yeah, when you go to...
Yeah, okay.
I think that's fine.
Kind of is. It'd be more satisfying if it actually works, but we'll give it a couple of whacks there.
Let's see. Permission to whack your car.
Oh, don't worry, I've felt that way many times about this car. second. What was that? Jesus, don't give me a fright like that.
Sorry.
Alright, here, it's not going anywhere now for a second. Yeah.
What was that?
They're little bits of clip rail I was using for putting in the headliner. Give it a couple of whacks there now. There we go. It's coming good, I think. Okay, give it a couple of whacks. Yeah, I took the windows out, so I kind of know how much force I can give them. So, it's famous last words, a little break in the changes things.
No.
Okay. Check it, there goes the string now.
Yeah.
Damn it. That could prove problematic. We'll see if I can get it a bit closer and pull it over with a pick or something like that. We're that close. Oh, okay, yeah, so basically the string came out prematurely, so we need to figure out a way of getting that, getting the rest of the seal up over the lip. So I'm hoping be able to use a pick. We should be able to do it. This right angle pick is doing the job just to get it up over the lip. And once we have it up over, it's kind of a case of just pressing it down home. Okay, there we go. Slightly unorthodox method, but if it works, it works. So now, just give it a couple of belts just to make sure it's fully home all the way around. Now,
Use the suction cup to try to pull it out.
No, I am not. The last thing to do, and this is the bit I'm wondering how you actually do it, is the beading. Well, hey, that doesn't look too bad. Now I have to just get the beading in around the outside of it and do that 3 more times, and then the windows are back in the Beetle, which is great. So as I said, the unorthodox method of actually pulling the seal along the bottom up over the lip, it wouldn't be exactly how it would have chosen to do the job, but it worked. So if it works, is it really a bad idea? Okay, so now it's time to try the back window, and trying a slightly different method this time, and basically that is to have the string overlapping more and starting at the top, and I'm hoping that this time it won't pull out. But look, we got the front one in, and the beading should go in relatively easy, I think, with a little bit of soap again, just to kind of help it in on its way. And yeah, I don't think you actually need to take that beading out though to get these windows out. That's the funny thing. Like I took it out because I know in an awful lot of cases that is how you get them out, but I think with these windows there was no need to do that. But anyway, I did it, so that's basically that. So right, so let's get the window in and we'll get started on this. Now, right, take 2, folks. Oh.
Sorry, excuse that, man.
It's alright. I've been saying it myself, if the window broke. Have you got it?
Yeah,
Yeah, alright. Done. Right. That one, second time around this worked. 60% of the time it works. Every time. Glass Panther. The film Anchorman. Avid viewers of my channel, of which there are quite a few of you, and I'm eternally grateful for you guys, will have seen the short video I did on actually installing the window locking beads. And yeah, basically I went out and bought the tool for the job, so it definitely made the job an awful lot easier. The Gunson's tool I bought is actually very good, and it comes with a few little different attachments, some of which I used actually for the headliner and stuff like that inside, just to get extra little bits of the headliner in underneath the seal and that as well. So yeah, really happy with how that turned out. So I'm going to just quickly show you here. I mean, obviously you can go back and look at the short, or as part of this video anyway, you can see how I do it. I'm going to just quickly show you how I get the window bead in here as well, and I'll show you the progress I'm making inside the car, because I've actually got quite a lot done off camera. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to just get a bit of WD-40 into the seal, because you need that little bit of lubrication. You gotta have a bit of lube. So we'll spaff a bit of that down into the orifice, and now obviously you're going to have WD-40 and that all over the kit, but you're going to be washing the car after doing this, so I really wouldn't be too concerned about that. So now I'm going to get the bead. So literally it's just a case of finding your starting position. You just literally run it around, feeding it in all the way around. It's kind of important to get the right angle of the tool, because when the angle of the dangle is equal to the beat of the meat, then the throb of the knob is constant. Allegedly. So if you need to go back over it like that, just basically start and go the other way. There we go. Alright, so now we'll just put our finishing piece on there. The finishing piece is literally just, it's got that little piece of kind of a profile on it. You just slot it in. Clicks home. But anyway, I'll fooster around with that for a little while anyway, but that's basically it. So that's that window completely done, and I've actually got the rest of the windows done already on the car. So you might be asking, what have I been up to on this car aside from putting the glass in? Well, you might not, but either way I'm going to tell you. So you'll see the back seat is in, and the carpets and side panels, and if we pull this forward, the parcel shelf is in. Actually, you have to put a speaker grill on that, and I've even got the little air vents on either side of the window. Need to do something with that fairly manky looking heated rear window cable, which actually does nothing because the heated rear window doesn't work. But yeah, you can see there, it's all come good. So really happy with the progress there now so far. So next thing to do is I have to change the I got some decent quality sound deadening instead of this rubbish that I put down, which is basically just foam, and it absorbs water and everything like that. It's absolute muck, so I need to scrape this off the floor and put the decent stuff down, and then I'm going to stick the carpets in as well. And I also have to put the seat belts in. I have to put the sun visors in, which I've cleaned up as well, and then a little bit of tidying here and there as well. There are a few wrinkles on the headliner. Look, it's my first ever headliner installation, so to be honest with you, it was never going to be perfect, but to be honest with you, I'm alright with it. It's fine. But yeah, let's get those carpets done. I also want to take the door cards off and put a plastic membrane in behind them and replace the missing or broken clips that are holding it on and everything as well. And a few bits and pieces like that, and then it should really start to take shape then. But it's boring stuff to watch on YouTube, to be honest with you. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to crack on with it, and I'll show you the end result. The result of a scraper and a wire wheel. So now it needs a coat of paint. Good enough. And I found where the hell that awful smell of piss was coming from in the car. It was the stagnant water that was stuck underneath that bloody foam. That is more like it. Then suddenly, carpet. Still a few more pieces to put in, obviously, but the 2 floor pieces and the tunnel piece are in. And yeah, there's the bit down the front and the ones on either side. And then obviously down along the sills. Membrane installed on the door. Any broken clips have been replaced on the door cards. Yeah, by rights I should really be replacing the door cards, to be honest with you. They're not in great condition, but that's a future project. I'll get to that another time. For the moment anyway, these have a bit of fight left in them. And any of the places where the little rubber nodgers that the clips go into were missing have been replaced. And the door cards are now fitted, but obviously, as I said, they do need to be replaced at some point or another. For the moment, they look an awful lot better than they were before. New foam put onto the flaps in the ankle vents, so they'll seal up nicely. And finally, the carpets are in, folks. I'm going to be honest with you, I'm actually quite proud of what I've accomplished on this car now, to tell you the truth. It's not perfect, as I've said before, but it's certainly passable, and to be honest with you, if I can do it, you guys can do it, and there's many of you out there who could do it to a much higher standard than me as well, for that matter. But yeah, I mean, certainly the car feels like a nice thing to be inside now, not a half-finished project. The only other things now I want to figure out is I need to get the engine running right, and I need to install heaters in it, because I was kind of thinking this was going to be a summer only car and that I wasn't going to use it in the winter, so therefore I would get away with J-tubes. And no is the short answer there on that one. I actually want heat, and I want to be able to use it on the cooler kind of spring and autumn days and everything as well, without freezing my mebs off. So yeah, that's something that needs to be addressed. Aside from that, to be honest with you, look, you know all the debacle, if you've been following my channel, with the bodywork and all that kind of stuff, and I've kind of come to the decision that I'm just going to live with it until such time as I have to do something about it. It's if I try and do something with it now, it's just going to be another 6 months to a year off the road, and I'll never get to use this car again. So yeah, it's it seems like a sensible decision at this point in time. Hence the reason why I've actually gone to the bother of actually putting the interior into it properly. And yeah, the Mazda RX-8 seats really did shape up well, and the whole operation just, I'm really, really happy with how it's come together. So please don't forget to hit the subscribe button before you go, and I'll keep you updated on my progress on this car. I would imagine the next thing to do will be to kind of get some of the running issues sorted out. And I have been mulling over the idea of maybe going down the route of fuel injection on this. That's a big job, and a project that will mean there'll be a few videos involved in it. But I do honestly think that if I can get the funds together to do it, that it will really transform this car and make it a much nicer car to drive in general, especially on cold starts. The other thing as well I want to do is put a thermostat on the engine and have it so that it's actually, basically, aside from being modified, the kind of cooling system and all that side of things is actually stock, so it'll heat up the way it's supposed to heat up and maintain its temperature. That kind of stuff means as well that if I'm driving it in the winter or whatever, I'm not crucifying the engine with cold oil, plus I do get a bit of heat in the inside. So yeah, lots to think about, lots to do, and yeah, but this has been no mean feat in this regard. So yeah, anyway, look, thanks a lot for joining me along the way, and I will talk to you soon.